What's up, guys? It's Watchful Stoic. Just having more thoughts about stuff, and I'm going to share them. Before I do, please like, share, comment, subscribe. If you like my work. If you don't, then leave a comment. Interact with the video. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. But the topic I want to discuss is moderation in all things. Pretty sure most of the people that watch this channel have heard of the concept of moderation. And the definition of moderation is the avoidance of extremes. There's a lot of people that take a different definition of moderation. But moderation is simply to control what is in your life and to control what isn't in your life. As you all know, or as some of you may know, the Stoic principle is that you can only control what is inside of you, not necessarily what is external to you. There's the illusion of control when it comes to possessions and people, but you can lose everything in one single moment. Everything can be gone, wiped away. So you need to control yourself and exercise a certain degree of what's the word I'm looking for? Prudence is a good word for it, but being very deliberate, that's the word I'm looking for. Being very deliberate in your choices and your actions. There's a lot of things that we can talk about that people have and use in excess. Whether it's addictions, whether that's validation, whether that's approval from your peers, because that falls under validation. But the internet, gaming, depending on what your viewpoint is, there are other things. But it's not just those addictions. It's not just those individual things and aspects of life. If you're chasing a career and you're not really getting anywhere in life, and all you're doing is work, that's not good. It's not healthy for you. If you are, obsessing over something, and I talked about this in a previous video, where obsession is not necessarily bad as long as it's kept in check. As long as it's, necessary. There are some people that have obsessions that will lead to something great, and I don't think those obsessions are necessarily bad. One other aspect of moderation that needs to be practiced that people aren't necessarily keen on controlling in their lives is their own emotions. You can be excessively angry, you can be excessively sad, you can be excessively happy, you can be excessively jealous. You can have excess emotions in all of these avenues. That's not to say that these emotions are bad. We have these emotions for reasons, and for very good reasons. It's when they start dominating your life, and my car is beeping at me because it doesn't understand that I'm actually slowing down and not about to hit a car. But these excessive emotions are not, I guess, they're not becoming of someone when it comes to their maximum potential. You know, there is a time and a place for sadness, happiness, joy, anger, jealousy. You know, but the question is, how do you apply those emotions in your life, and how do you apply them in a healthy way? Stop and go traffic. It kills me. But a healthy way to express anger. How do you find that? You know, if your family's being threatened, obviously that'd be a good time to express some anger. If a family member dies, that's a healthy time to express sadness. If something good happens, that's a good time to express joy and gladness and happiness. But to what end do those emotions serve? You know, if you are celebrating your success and you want more success, and then that celebration and that happiness is fitting and it's good, it's healthy. But, you know, a lot of times we focus on these negative emotions, and some people probably are scratching their head wondering, you know, what's wrong with excess happiness? What's wrong with being happy? The thing is, trying to force yourself to be happy all the time, or come off as happy, or appear happy, or manufacture happiness, it's not a good thing. Or constantly finding things to be happy about, or be joyful about, or laughing about, as a way to escape your current problems. That's not a good thing. All things in moderation. Although there are worse things than happiness to have an extreme emotion in. So, I mean, if you're extremely angry, that's probably not a healthy emotion. I've spent a lot of time wasting my life in a lot of excess things. Obsessing over excess desires, excess hobbies, where my time was just simply wasted. It wasn't benefiting me in the way it should, or in the way I wanted it to. You know, personally, I'm a gamer. I love gaming. There is a point in time where I have to step back and say, I've spent way too much time on this, and I need to step away. And then there's times where I ignore that thought, and that doesn't necessarily benefit me. But maintaining control of what you're doing and being deliberate in what you're doing is a good way to avoid excess. People addicted to the chase for money, they tend to not live very happy lives if all they're chasing is money. People addicted to attention tend to start getting the wrong kinds of attention and end up not having fulfilling relationships with people. It's a tendency. That's not saying that that's that way all the time, but that's a tendency. And that's also not to say that, you know, a day spent, you know, using my example, a day spent playing video games is a bad thing. It's just justifying it to yourself. If you have to justify it, then it's probably not the best thing for you to do. But it could have been a good thing. Who knows? Because if you're doing a 24-hour charity live stream on Twitch, for example, and you happen to raise $20,000 for cancer research or something of that nature, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's a great thing. People that do those kinds of streams and do those kinds of things they're amazing people. They're good people. So the questions I ask myself is, am I benefiting from this, and would I rather do something else, or am I being productive? Is there something better I could be doing with my time? Have I taken time to do some good things, and is this something that needs to be done, or is this something that I should be focusing on? Once you ask that many questions, you start branching out on what you can do and what you can't do, and understanding what you can control and what you can't control. So it's like, I'm playing these games so I can pass the time because I'm waiting for the doctor to come out and talk to me. Well, there you go. That's an example. I'm not speaking to specifics here. But self-control and moderation is severely lacking in today's society. And one way to stand out above other people is being able to control yourself. Being able to control what is in your life and what is not in your life. A friend of mine and I'm going to tell stories. I'm going to talk about two people and anonymously. I'm not going to give them away, but a friend of mine, he knows that he is prone to alcoholism. That's why he drinks rarely. I mean, he probably drinks more often than I don't know. I don't know how often he drinks, but he drinks responsibly. But he knows that he has, has alcoholic tendencies. So he's very much in control of what he does and does not drink. And he's more than willing to cut himself off. Whereas another person I know has a lot of negative tendencies, and he will often overindulge, and that leads to problems in his life. Both of these people know that they have a problem, but one is able to live a happier life by simply by exerting a little bit of control, a little bit of willpower over his choices. That's not to say that the other person is a bad person, but a little bit more self-control, and they would be doing significantly better than how they're doing now. But we are all prone to mistakes, so if you are not currently practicing moderation in your life, don't beat yourself up over it. because we've all made mistakes. We all have. How do you learn from mistakes? You figure out what went wrong and say, all right, I will not do XYZ in the future, or you say, I will do XYZ in the future, and that should hopefully prevent the problem. Who knows? But in any case, I'm gonna end it there. I love you all. I love all you guys. I love all of you. Like, share, comment, subscribe. If you think someone might need to hear what I'm saying, and think benefit could benefit from what I'm saying, or you think they would have questions, just have them come and comment. I'd love to talk to some people. I'd love to hear what people have to say. But anyway, love you guys. I will see you guys later.